Welcome to the presentation, everybody. It is Monday, June 5th. I'm Rob Booker, and I will be your host. Kind of a slow day in the market, still the same. Not a bad day by any measure. Just a little bit slower than what I'm kind of used to here lately. But it is, summer is upon us, and the summer market is a little bit slower, and so that does happen from time to time. All right, so if you're just getting here now, you are in the right place. Thanks for joining me. And let's see here. Just a game day. And okay, Monday was supposed to be a practice day. Whoops. Okay, so I traded live today. Actually, I had set aside Monday as a day for practice, but I went ahead and traded live today. And you can see my account there. I try to show it as often as I can. Sometimes I run out of time, but I started early in this evening's presentation. So far, so good. Thursday, $1,260. Friday, -78, small loss. And then today, $665. I really wanted to get up to $1,000 today. Kind of not disappointed. That's not the right word. I'm happy with profits and whatnot, but I just wanted it to be a bigger day, but it was just a slow market today, and sometimes that's just the way it is. And welcome. Happy Monday, June 5th. We are live, and we're going to talk about the current state of the market. I might give you a couple of stocks to look at over the next couple of days. I have an idea for what stock might really move tomorrow, and I'm guessing you're going to be excited to hear that. So let's test this out. Let's see how excited you are to talk about the markets and maybe look at a stock that could move tomorrow. The chat is on the right-hand side of the webinar. Inside of, so if you're on a laptop or desktop, the chat is on the right side. If you're watching on a phone, the chat box is actually below the video that's playing, which is kind of weird. So happy evening, everybody. From Houston, Texas, and would love to know where you're from, how long you've been trading, and don't be shy. Chat it up. Let me know in the chat box where you're from and how long you've been trading. We're going to have a great time. We got a whole bunch of you here already. And, for those of you that are here early, in the next minute, I'm going to start sharing my screen with you, and we're going to look at a stock or two that could really move. Oh, you know what? I've got one for sure that I think, I don't want to wait any longer. Let's do this now. So I don't always start the webinar this early, but I did this time. And this is VEDU right here. And you see a circled level right here. That's $1.41. And at the bottom here, you can see VEDU. It jumped up after market, after hours, settled back down, and then kind of went into a lull. If this breaks above $1.21, it is probably going not only to $1.41, where I will move my stop loss to break even, but tomorrow that could go a lot higher. And it's just one of those stocks that it didn't really see that coming from anywhere. But it did jump. 7 million share float. That's a low enough float that if this gets moving, this could go a long way very fast, very quickly. So I want to say thank you for being here on time, my friends. And I appreciate you being here tonight. I'm excited to work together with you. This is VEDU that you see on the screen. It's not the only stock we're going to look at. I also want you to take a look at U. That's Unity Software. Today, Apple announced its virtual reality headset that will be released in the fall. It's pricey, that's for sure. I wonder why it's so expensive. I mean, I wonder what it does that justifies that price tag, other than maybe it just being brand new. But we'll see in coming days what kind of stuff that it can do. I may watch the video for the release. But Unity Software is Apple's very close partner in the development of that headset. And so Unity jumped up after hours. Although Apple fell, Unity was rising, and Unity went straight up to a missed monthly pivot at $34.15. But I'm sure it's got other ones. Yep, it does. $45.87 could be next. I want you to pay attention to these levels. And then there may be one way, way back here. Yep, there is. Wow, that's a long ways off. Now that's, I think, a stretch. Unity Software is probably not going to $80. It could. It's likely to hit $45.72 if things really pick up tomorrow on this one. So, I'm so glad that you're here on time today. So welcome. Apple dropped after hours, but in the context of the last 4 months, it didn't really go that far. I'm going to give you a price target on Apple though, because I think that the announcement of the virtual reality headset is a perfect excuse for Apple to drop back lower and give us a great price on a buy trade. And that price is $173.75. I might even, and I don't do very much of this, I might even buy some puts on Apple. This is kind of rare for me. I'm not going to might do that. I am going to do that. I think I may even here in the closing minutes here, let's see here. I may even short some shares of Apple. Here, let's see here. I may hold now that's a very rare thing, but in the closing minutes here, Apple's trading at 170, so the spread is easy, small. I'm good. I might just short 10 shares going into the close. So let's see here. So you got to use a limit order after hours. There we go. There, I might ride that into the close. That's interesting. It's got a June monthly pivot down here at 173. I'm not trying to get rich from this, or I'm not trying to like be ridiculous about this. But I do like to follow the pattern. And the pattern that I'm looking at here is we've got a June monthly pivot. Stocks like to reach down to or rise up to their monthly pivots at the beginning of the month. And it's on the strongest volume that we've seen. This is the highest 4-hour volume that we've seen on Apple in over a month. And I bet if we look at the daily chart, it's the highest volume since February 3rd. That is a very strong indication that the move will continue. So, wow, I'm glad that we got a chance here to start things off together and look at some charts. That's kind of exciting. So for those of you just getting here now, we're taking a look at my live account and Apple. I'm glad we get to start things off with a look at the account, because I think it's important for us to sort of start from the premise of, I'm going to teach you some things about trading, and I sure as heck better be trading myself if I'm going to do that. So that's my trading for the day. Apple, I have a little bit of a trade open right now. BVXV was 125. CJET was $150 buy trade win. EVAX was a $402.80 win. Blah, 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 blah. And so that's the trading for today. I do trade live. That's the way that I make my money. And I say that because sometimes you come to a webinar like this and you wonder, like, is this person doing a webinar to make some money off of me, or is this person here to truly teach me a thing or two about trading? So I'm truly here to teach you some stuff about trading. And in fact, we're going to cover a strategy, stocks for tomorrow, which we've already started to look at. We're going to cover a chart pattern. We're not just going to look at Apple or Unity Software or VEDU. This is kind of a bonus round. We're actually able to that's great. So had a chance. Tyler says, let's go H-Town. So some guy named Tyler's let's see, Tyler, we just drove past the old arena where the Rockets play and where Joel Osteen now plays basketball on Sundays, right? Is that what he does there? I think that's what he does. No, I'm just kidding. He and his wife are just down there hooping it up. Anyway, yeah, so we live here in Houston, Texas. It's nice to be with you, everybody. Welcome and good evening. I'm just in the greatest mood. We went down and did some bowling. We got some bowling done, so I'm now able to use one of my two hands because my wrist is practically broken, and that's good. That's fine. I can do this webinar one-handed. That's anyway. So it's good to have you here, everybody. Tonight we're going to talk about how Jack Kellogg, who has been in the news recently, one of the traders inside the Tim Sykes Challenge, he's just been all over the place in the news. And I don't know exactly how that happened, but Business Insider wrote an article about him, and then other news outlets picked up the story and started writing about it. And so he's been in the news for making $8 million in the last 2 years, but he's actually up $12 million in the past 4 years. He went from parking cars for a living to trading. And so we're going to talk about Jack Kellogg. That's a far off number. It's sometimes hard to sort of even put ourselves in the position of thinking about that. So we'll also talk about how traders in our family of traders had a pretty good day of trading. And from $100 to $200 to $500, today was a $665 day for me. So that's just to say, listen, there's a lot of different ways to do this. And I'm not here tonight to guarantee you that you're going to make $1 million trading with me, but I am here to tell you some stocks to watch for tomorrow. I'm going to give you a trading pattern and a strategy, and I'm going to teach you some habits and routines, strategies, tips, tricks, the whole shebang on how Jack Kellogg and other millionaire traders inside the Tim Sykes Challenge were able to do it. So I'm glad you're here. Hi, Theodore. Welcome. Good to have you with. Tyler's here, and he's all about H-Town, which is great. So let me know, Tyler. Are you from Houston, or are you just a big fan? Are you just a fan of Houston? Anyway, thanks for being here, friends. We're going to wait like 2 more minutes, and as we are waiting, we might even take a look at the charts one more time, just to get a good look at what might be moving tomorrow. And there we go. Okay, so we looked at Apple. Apple announced its virtual reality headset today. Thank you for that light. Yeah, that's perfect. And they announced that virtual reality headset. It's only like, I don't know, $27,000 or whatever it is. Seems very expensive. And I think that's the reason that the stock dropped after hours. The market didn't very much like the announcement. The market did like the announcement when it comes to Unity Software. For those of you that watched it, well, I don't even think they mentioned it, but Unity Software is a major partner in the development of the software for the Apple headset, I guess. And their stock jumped significantly on that news. And it's got a price target now up at $45.72. Watch for that to break out and go higher tomorrow. The markets, the electronic markets just closed. And tomorrow morning, I will be watching Unity Software very closely. I'm also going to be watching VEDU very closely. That's here in the lower left-hand section of my charts. And VEDU has a price target up at $1.41, but if it rises past that, it's also got targets much higher than that. Let's see here. It goes, like there's one of these two. Yeah, it's way up there at $10. I think if it really gets going, it has the potential to be one of those giant movers that we see every once in a while. And we are due for another day where a stock just goes absolutely out of control. We're due for that. We're overdue for that for sure. So welcome, everybody, and happy to have you here. Let's get started. So if you're just joining for the first time, my name is Rob, and I will be your host in the session tonight. Miguel is here. I don't know why I'm here, but I need to learn how to make money before I go. Homeless? Okay. Miguel, it's a great idea to come here and learn. I'm happy that you're here. Miguel, we want to use the language of positivity for sure. You're here to learn. You are blessed to have internet. Obviously, if you can see this and watch this and you can be here, you've got all the technology that you need. If you have a phone, you have all the technology that you need. And so I want you to start thinking about your future, and I want you to start saving money and getting ready to trade. Oh, that's great. Tyler's here from north of Houston. All right, that's great. Welcome, friends. Do you want to know how Jack Kellogg made $8 million? Well, we're going to talk about that tonight. However, as we begin here, there are some of you that are brand new to trading, and I want to give you some tips, tricks, a little bit of stuff to do first when you get started as a trader. So here are some of the basics. If you don't have a trading account or a brokerage account set up, strongly recommend you check out Webull. I don't make any money from brokers. I don't accept any money from brokers. I've been offered sponsorships and all that kind of stuff in the past, but all those are done. I don't take any money from brokers. I just feel like I want to give you my objective opinion without regard to referral fees or anything like that. So Webull's easy to use. As for charts, I was just looking at the tradingview.com charts. They make charting really easy. It's reasonably inexpensive. It's not, there's even a free version of the charts that you can use. TradingView is great. We're going to focus tonight on talking about buying stocks as opposed to any other kinds of strategies, not buying options, not buying futures, not buying Forex. We're not going to talk about risky penny stocks or crypto or anything like that. We're going to focus on low-priced stocks with millions of shares of volume every day that make it easy to participate in the market. We don't want to trade stocks that can get manipulated or pumped or all that kind of business. We want to trade stocks that are very liquid, that all of us can trade together, and that show a reliable and consistent and systematic and repeatable pattern. All right. And number 4, today we're going to talk about trading in the pre-market session and in the after hours session, which many of you I probably have never heard of. And if this is the first time you've ever heard about those sessions, you're going to really love tonight's presentation. So maybe you've heard the news, my friends. Jack Kellogg, a 24-year-old stock trader, made $8 million in the last 2 years. And he's one of the wealthiest and most successful traders inside the Tim Sykes Challenge. Now, you might not know the Tim Sykes Challenge. It might be a new term or phrase for you. The Tim Sykes Challenge is the world's foremost trading program and education program for traders. And tonight I'm going to do a little bit of an overview of that program. I'm going to share a strategy with you where once again, we're going to talk about stocks for tomorrow. We're going to cover a lot of ground here. But I want to start from the premise that we've all got something to learn from Jack Kellogg or a bunch of the other traders inside the challenge. What do these millionaire traders have in common? What can you learn from these millionaire traders? We're going to cover that stuff because I think it's really important that you get the principles, not just the strategies, not just the tactics, not just the little tips and tricks, but I want to build a strong foundation for you to build on. And with that said, let's talk about why are you here today? What are you looking to get out of this presentation? I've already heard from some of you, you're looking to gain some knowledge, learn a strategy, find out a stock for tomorrow. Now, we are going to cover 3 stocks for tomorrow, maybe even 4. But that's the easy part of this presentation. And I know that for some of you, that's all you're here to do. And if that's all you're here to do, watch Unity Software U and watch VEDU tomorrow. And goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. Don't go anywhere. What I want to do is build you a foundation so that you can be more self-reliant and self-sufficient in the future. That's the goal. I don't want you to depend on me or anyone else for your trading. And I don't want you to think that you can just simply maybe, overhear somebody talking about a strategy and then go from there. I'm going to teach you how to trade today. And that starts with the foundation of the way that we think and then the things that we do. And we're going to be here for about another 30 minutes. And if you're going to stay till the end, I've got some special bonuses for you. And I'm so glad that you're here. I know what it's like to want to have a better life for you and your family. Trading might be the answer. I want you to be successful. That's the reason that I'm here. Sometimes you go to these presentations and you think to yourself, why is this millionaire trader guy, what is he doing here? Why would he be here? And the answer is, I'm not here to make any money off of you. I'm going to do a purely informational session. And we're going to pack this presentation in the next 30 minutes filled with principles and mindset information, but also a strategy and even some stocks to watch for tomorrow. And it's my way of looking to build some trust with you. And I feel like if I build enough trust with you, you're going to want to work together with me in the future and for a long time to come. And I like that. That's the reason that I'm here. So I'm here to build some trust with you, get to know you a little bit better. I love the participation in the chat box. And by the way, for those of you that participate in the chat, then maybe we'll hand out some prizes, maybe some books or even some gift cards and stuff like that. So get ready to participate in the chat and kick things off. Are you ready? Let me know you're excited and you're ready to learn. The chat box is located on the right side of the video if you're on a laptop or desktop computer. And the chat box is below the video if you're watching on a phone. So I know why you want to be a trader. At least I think I do. You want to be a trader for your family. Maybe you want to be a trader to better your own life and for yourself. That's great. That's the reason that I'm here. We want to pay our bills from trading. We don't want to have to maybe work for someone else for the rest of our lives. And we'll talk later on about the fact that maybe the American dream is kind of a little bit broken. It's hard to imagine becoming a millionaire these days from just working a regular job. So if you're here, you might be missing trades. You might only find out about the big movers after they're already done. Or you might be brand new, just starting out, and you want to learn what to do now, and you want the information in the simplest and easiest form possible. Maybe you're making some of the same mistakes in your trading over and over, and you wonder, is trading a real path to wealth? Well, it is. And successful trading is about walking a path. It's not a guarantee. I'm not here to guarantee any particular result today. What I'd like to do is guarantee that I will teach you information that will be helpful and immediately usable tomorrow. I'm going to share some lessons from my career as a trader. And I call those lessons how to get rich trading stocks. And so there we go. Here we go. Cameron's so excited about the webinar. Bernie wants to rebuild the ammo depot. All right, Bernie, stay in touch with me, man. That sounds exciting and kind of awesome. So, hi, Cameron, welcome. How to get rich trading stocks. My name is Rob Booker. I'm your host. I'll introduce myself to you a little bit more in a moment, but this webinar is not about me. It's about you. This is about your story and your journey as a trader. It's about you getting what you want out of the markets. And with that said, let's break it down. If you want to get rich trading stocks, trade a proven system. Focus on one method that you learn from a mentor that you trust, someone who is already trading for a living and who is willing to show you their account. This is a really important concept. A proven system is something that's repeatable. If you do the same things in the same way over time, you'll get the same result. That's a proven system. I like to think of the market as a machine. You put garbage in the machine spits out garbage. You put a steak knife down the garbage disposal, it's not going to like it. So the markets are the same. So what I do is one proven system. I'm going to teach it to you tonight. No muss, no fuss, like literally not leaving anything out. I'm going to teach you the whole strategy, the entire strategy. I hope that gets you excited, because if you come here to learn, it's looking good for you here, and I'm happy that you came here. Number 4, if you want to get rich trading stocks, I believe that you need to buy strong stocks. In other words, stop trying to catch a move or get a great price or buy stocks on a dip. Instead, follow the flow. Trade stocks that are moving in the direction that you want it to go already. It should be obvious that you're doing the right thing. There shouldn't be a lot of nervousness or anxiety when you take a trade. So I built a scan to show me these movers. I'm going to teach you the system that is the companion to this scan. So a scan, for those of you brand new to trading, is a tool, a software tool on the internet that helps you identify stocks that are moving and helps you identify the stocks that you're going to want to trade. And I built a really simple scan for finding the stocks that I want to trade. I'll share more about that with you. But that's how I find the stocks that I trade together with members of the Tim Sykes Challenge. And for those of you, once again, getting here just now, my name is Rob Booker. I'm the lead morning trainer in the Tim Sykes Challenge. And the Tim Sykes Challenge is the world's #1 and what I would refer to as most effective education program for traders. You don't have to join the challenge or anything like that. I mean, if you want to, there's going to be a chance for you to do that, but there are limited spots. And the reason that I'm here tonight is to build some trust with you and start sort of a trading relationship with you. So, all right, back to the scan. A scanning tool identifies stocks that we're going to watch and potentially trade. We take that scan and then we open up a chart. A chart is a visual representation of the price movement of a stock. And this is OMH from the middle of May. OMH jumped up in the pre-market session, and then it dropped back down. We didn't buy it on the dip. I don't want to buy a stock on a dip. The reason that I don't want to buy it on a dip is because I don't want to buy a stock that continues to fall. I want to buy it where you see that circle up above. That's where it broke out of the day's high. The high of the day was broken. That means lots of other traders and millions of shares were traded, caused this stock to jump up. People love to ask the question, why did that stock move up? The simplest but yet annoying answer is more traders wanted to buy it than sell it. That's it. I wish, there are reasons that we say later on, but that's the only real reason. All right. So Dan says, does the chat not show on an iPhone? It certainly does. Dan, so on a phone, the chat is below the video, and I will be the only one who can see your chat. So Carol says, I have Bitcoin, like to sell some. Okay, yeah, we're not going to talk about crypto tonight. We're going to talk about stuff that's making me and many other traders in the Tim Sykes Challenge super happy, and I'll teach you the strategy for that tonight. So MBOT did the same thing. It jumped up, broke out, continued higher, pulled back, broke out again, second trade, jumped up, pulled back, broke out again. If you have been frustrated by stocks that seem to, you buy them and then all they do is drop, this methodology that I will teach you tonight should solve that problem. Now, the reason we don't buy stocks on a dip is because they can do this thing like QUBT did, Qubit. It jumped up and then it fell and people started to buy this stock on a dip, but it never recovered. We don't want to do that. We want to buy stocks that are strong. Number 3, if you want to get rich trading stocks, then cut those losses fast. Never let a loss turn into something catastrophic, period. It's actually the only lesson that you ever really need. The rest almost takes care of itself. Number two, if you want to get rich trading stocks, I believe you should trade the sessions that no one thinks about. You can trade before the market opens, and you can trade after it closes. Did you know you can do that? A lot of people don't realize that you can trade before the market opens and after it closes. I'll show you an example. This is GSIT. GSIT on the 12th of May. And actually, these pop up every day. Every single day we find these stocks. Every single day these kinds of trades are happening. GSIT was kind of interesting all day long. And then where you see that circle and the arrow on the chart, it jumped up after hours. It was clean and easy. So what we do is we kind of park ourselves in front of the computer around the closing of the New York Stock Exchange, and we wait for stocks to jump at the close, and we trade those higher. And those breakouts are amazing. A lot of people don't know you can trade after 4 p.m. Eastern time with Robinhood, Tastyworks, E-Trade, Thinkorswim, all of them. Webull, all of them. You can actually keep trading. And a lot of people don't know that. They think when the market is closed at 4 p.m. that it's closed for trading, but it's still open actually. All right. So here's VVPR. Sideways, not really going anywhere, jumps up, and where you see that circle, that's where we identified that it was moving, and then we traded the breakout. TRKA, same story there. And last of all, number one, if you want to get rich trading stocks, get a mentor. I know a handful of millionaire traders. I actually have interviewed over 50 home-based millionaire traders, and every single one of them had a mentor. All of them. All of the folks that you see on the stage here at the Tim Sykes conference in Miami from October, every single one of these millionaire traders had a mentor. All of them. Why? I mean, well, first of all, Jack Kellogg was parking cars for a living, so he wasn't an expert in trading. So he joined the Tim Sykes Challenge to learn how to trade, and it turned out really well for him. Glenn Peters got a mentor. He was raising a family, serving in his church, and working a full-time job, and he started trading in the Tim Sykes Challenge. Why? So he could get feedback on the trades that he took and improve. This is Kyle Williams. Same. He's at 3.6 million. Jack Kellogg's at 12 million. Mari's at 1 million. Glenn Peters is over 1 million. Matt Monaco's over $2 million. Mark Crooks over $3 million in profits. Paul Delgado in the last 2 years is up over $500,000. And the list goes on and on and on. Single parents, married parents, just young people, older, all shapes and sizes inside the Tim Sykes Challenge. Every single trader here on the stage had a mentor. It's just easier to make progress as a trader when you are getting feedback as you trade. Okay, here are some bonus lessons. Number one, clean up your charts. Simple charts help you make more money. That's my opinion. I think it will be proven and borne out over time. Number two, never trade alone. You know, it's easier, I think, to learn how to trade if you have a community of helpful people surrounding you to help you out. And then the third lesson is the biggest one, and I kind of purposefully kept that one blank. And I hate to use the word secret, but it's so forgotten that it's practically a secret. And we'll come back to it. So many traders every single day violate that rule, that hidden number 3 rule, and we'll get to that. Let me know if you really want to see it. Now, are these real lessons? Do I really know any millionaire traders? Yeah, I sure do. And like I said, I'm glad you're here. It's cool to know some millionaire traders. It's even cooler to meet some people like you who are destined to be successful as traders. And I know what it's like to want to have a better life for you and your family. And trading might be the answer. I mean, think about the American dream, right? Work that 9 to 5, get a promotion, save your money, celebrate the holidays, mow the lawn, raise the kids, go to church. Everything's going to be all right. I mean, is it truly possible to become a millionaire from this? I don't know. I don't know anymore. And if the dream isn't working for you, you probably are turning to trading as an answer. And I'm happy that you are. Now, I can't promise that I have the answer for every single person. That would be hypey and salesy and dishonest. But I can promise that I know a path. And it's a path that some of us have traveled. I can show you the way. I only need to know the answer to one question. Are you committed to doing whatever it takes? You can let me know in the chat. Now, with that established, I'm going to tell you about some extraordinary traders. I'm going to tell you how they did it, and I'm going to invite you to join them. So here are some lessons from the top students in the Tim Sykes Challenge. My name is Rob Booker, and that's a picture of Tim Sykes. Tim Sykes and I joined forces recently, and we are teaching the Tim Sykes Challenge together. And we've teamed up to help more traders become successful. And Tim Sykes already created 30 plus millionaire traders from the Tim Sykes Challenge, with many, many more on the way. And you might be interested, like, what do those winning traders do that makes them different? How is it that they structure their day? How do they set up their charts? What exactly do they do to take trades? Well, let's find out. Trader number one is Tim Grattani. He's a challenge member. He's inside the Tim Sykes Challenge, and he's been a member since 2015. He started with $1,500, and now he's at $18 million and counting. So obviously he's pretty happy. He's drinking to that. How did he do it? I mean, what makes him different? Did he go to Harvard Business School? No. Did he start off with $100,000? No. Was he a mathematical genius? No. He was a regular guy with a regular job and $1,500 in his trading account. And when he had $1,500 in his trading account, he signed up for the Tim Sykes Challenge because he knew he needed feedback and help. Thank goodness that he did it. Imagine, what would the cost have been of not signing up for the challenge? Think about that. The cost would have been $18 million and a completely different life. So Tim Grattani was the number two, the second millionaire trader in the Tim Sykes Challenge. There are now over 30. But did you know that Tim Grattani wanted to quit several times before he even reached his first $1 million? Is that wild or what? He wanted to quit several times. I just think, wow. Sometimes I think about that, and it's hard to believe it, because sometimes we think that somebody who made $1 million as a trader must have had it easy from the very beginning, or they must have been a natural. None of the millionaires in the Tim Sykes Challenge were naturals. They all made mistakes. In fact, all of them, every single one that I've talked to, considered quitting when they began. All right. The biggest lesson, never give up. Trader number two is Matt Monaco, friend of mine, and challenge member since 2017. He started with a $2,000 account while a student at the University of Rochester, and he's now at $2 million and counting. How did he do it? How is it that a trader like Matt did it? Was he a mathematical genius? He was good at math, but was he like born a trader? No. Was his dad a trader? No. Was his mom a trader? No. Was his grandpa a trader? No. Did he have some natural ability? No. Was he touched by an angel? No. He just learned a strategy, got a mentor, and put the work in. So even though he's up to over $2 million now, last year when Business Insider audited his tax returns, he was up $1.4 million at that time. Did you know he wanted to quit several times before he even reached his first $1 million? Trader number three is Jack Kellogg. He's been a challenge member since 2018. He's at $8 million in the last 2 years. And lately, there have just been a ton of articles written about Jack. And then other news outlets pick him up. And then you hear about Tim Sykes because he gives a lot of credit to Tim Sykes and the program, which is awesome. And he was a valet driver like 4 years ago. Did you know he totally wiped out his account before he even reached his first $1 million? This is what we don't realize. All of these successful traders and more started with a small account. They didn't start with a really big account. They all started with the pattern day trader rule. And they all built up their account. They got feedback, they got education, and they got better. So Jeremy wants to stop losing consistently. That system that I taught you just a few minutes ago, that breakout system in the pre-market and the aftermarket hours, that's a killer system. And I can tell you with a lot of confidence, you could do well with that one system for a long time. Trader number four is Ellis Hobbs. Let's keep going. $500,000 in profits in the last 2 years. He came and spoke at my January conference, and I do a conference every 60 days live in person for free. If you want to get more details about it, just hang on tight, everybody. Hang on tight. So Ellis Hobbs came and spoke at my conference. He played football for the New England Patriots. He went to college in Iowa, was drafted by the Patriots. He played in a Super Bowl with Tom Brady, and then was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles, and then injured in a game, taken off the field, and tragically his career ended. The real problem was his career ended before he got that big contract and the medical care. So he had to start over from the beginning. He lost $34,000 and went on to make over $400,000. So Brent said he lost 60 K, I think, don't know how to reach down and start all over. Hey, I got you, man. In fact, the glorious thing about working together, I just want to say this again, maybe 100 times, I don't know, is you can start small. You don't have to have a big account. In fact, I don't want you to have a big account. That is not me promising you that you're going to make $1 million from a small account. That's me telling you, you can be safe about this. You can trade with a small amount of money that's not that big of a deal, and you can make extraordinary progress, and you can even have some really great gains. It just depends on how hard you work and who you work with and when you get started. The biggest lesson of all, though, is don't give up. Just never give up. So Robert, they told you to keep trading the 922 AM club. Yeah, you're already in, Robert. You don't need to come to this webinar ever again. Robert's already in. And Robert, it's so nice to see you here. Robert, you don't need to be at this webinar. Now you're welcome here, Robert. I'm super happy that you're here. You just keep trading together with me. You're already in. Sometimes folks get an invitation to come to this webinar and they already trade together with me. You're already all the way in. So Jeremy says he keeps missing the trades because of the schedule. I can solve that problem 100%. Solve that problem. I absolutely promise that. That's why I trade this way and this system that I trade, Jeremy. Gosh, I'd love the chance to work together with you. So I hope we do get that chance. There are so many more stories just like Ellis Hobbs and Matt Monaco, Jack Kellogg, Bryce Toohey, and everybody else. And here's my story. I started trading in the year 2000. I lost my first account like so many traders do, $2,500 account, blew the whole thing, and I was out of money. I met my mentor who was a hedge fund manager through a friend of a friend. And I paid him $10,000 to teach me how to trade. And I went on to be featured in Millionaire Traders. I managed a few $1 million in a commodities trading advisory fund. I no longer manage money. Wrote a book, started a podcast and a radio show. I was on for an hour before Dave Ramsey on AM Business Talk Radio for 2 years. And Dave Ramsey does not like day traders. Let me tell you that. He does not like day traders. So hi, everybody. I'm Rob. I've been trading now for almost 23 years. I met Tim Sykes in 2007. Hosted the very first podcast for traders that I founded as an internet radio show in 2005. That turned into a podcast, that turned into a radio show, and I sold all of that in 2019 and retired. And then I started helping out in the Tim Sykes Challenge because I've got a lot of trading experience, especially in one particular system. So there you go. Perfect. Okay, Jeremy's in the transition to trading program. Oh, that's great. Okay, great, Jeremy. That's awesome. Debbie says, am I in with you as a lifetime millionaire challenge? And I don't know. You would, if you get invitations every single day to trade together with me in the 922 AM club, Debbie, then you are in. You might go to your members website in the challenge and see for sure. Happy that you're here and everybody else. So happy that you're here. All right, let's keep going. So the big question is, you've seen Jack Kellogg's story. You've seen all those other stories that I just talked about. That's great and good for them. That doesn't do anything for you. What we're really here to talk about is your story. What is your story? Where do you want to be as a trader? What do you want to be able to achieve this year? What kind of millionaire trader are you? Are you a student? Are you retired? Are you raising a family? Do you have a small first account, little or no experience, or determined to win at trading but struggling to bring it all together? Then you are in the right place. Absolutely 100% in the right place. Because the good news is, if you want to be a trader, you only have to do two things right. And this is not hyperbole. This is just, these are the two things you need to do. Find the right stock and trade it the right way. That's everything you need to do. I mean, you can make trading more complicated, but why? The fact is, millionaire traders do ordinary things for an extraordinary amount of time. So Mark says, where's the beef? Hi, Mark. Nice. Okay, that's great. You simply have to decide that now is the time. So let's talk about why you're here. What is your goal this year for your trading? Is it income? Is it retirement? On December 31st of 2023, where do you plan on celebrating? If you get the success that you want and deserve here, how's your family going to see you? What will your friends say? I like to ask this question because I'm not here to make any claims about what you can achieve. But I am here to say, what is it that you want to achieve before the end of the year? $10,000 in profits or $30,000 or $100,000. My job is to help you get there. What will it feel like if you do get there? Let's make a plan. Let's see if both of us can get exactly what we want before the end of the year. So at the beginning of the presentation, I showed you my live account. We took a look at the my trading account. And let's see if I can pull that back up again. So I'm at the point now where I am at $600,000, $700,000, $1,000 a day. And I'm working my way back up to $8,000 a day. This is my live Cobra trading account. So I'm working my way back up, working my way downtown. So I'm just working my way back up to $8,000 a day. If you'd like to, you can trade with me and watch me set up, manage, take, find the trades in front of you. And that's how I do better. I'm not here to make any money off of you. I'm here to say, hey, listen, if you want to be a part of the challenge as a lifetime member, we can trade together every single day. And you can watch me as I set up the trades, and you can even take those trades alongside me. That's what I'd like to do. Would that be okay with you? Because in the Tim Sykes Challenge, I'm the leader of the morning trading group. That means I send out a watch list in the morning. I join you in a live trading webinar, and I set up the trades in my own account and show them on the screen. And then we trade. And if you want, you can take the same trades, or you can show me what you've planned. We cash out and move on with the rest of our day. And this is the process that Tim Sykes built for creating millionaire traders. He's already done it with over 30 traders. You study the challenge curriculum. These are lessons designed to teach you everything you need to know, the pattern, the routine, the habits. And then you trade live with me and implement what you've learned. That's a really great way to do it. And Debbie says, 8K a day? Yeah, 8K a day. Absolutely. So we have a results channel here, Debbie, and we self-report our results inside the challenge. So that means we all report on our results. Sometimes I will reach out to a trader and I will say, those are some extraordinary results. Let me see your account statement. And then they share their account statement. So Roger and BJ and Kevin and RS. So this is Roger RS. This was his day today, $15,349.72. His results inside of my morning trading group were so incredible that I said, I don't know if I believe this or not. So I reached out to him and I looked at his account. Like he walked me through his account. And sure enough, it took 9 years for him because he said, I just avoided having the right mentors for so long. Now, this is an atypical result. I'm not here today to promise that you're going to get this result. Some traders today lost a little bit of money. All right. I'm trying to be like as transparent as possible. We report on our results, the wins and the losses. Look at Matthew, small losses, $8 loss, $38 loss. And not all the trades are losses and not all the trades are wins, but we report on our trades together. We have a whole group of traders. This is Brian, did $444 today on UCAR. So why do we do the things that we do? Why do we trade together? We trade together because we make each other better, and that's how we do this. So that's what we do. That's our group. Now, if that's starting to sound like something you want to do, that's fantastic. Because what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add a link inside of the chat box. And it's going to take me a second to do this, because I'd like to have a call and maybe see if we can work together. Would you like to trade together in the mornings? So I'm going to just put this together here. So I'm going to publish this link here. Now, the link will show up in the chat for those of you that are here with me live. If you're watching on YouTube, I have to post the link a different way. So here, I'm going to post this link now a different way. Go here to set up a call. There you go. You can go to the link that you see on the screen, or did see on the screen until I just unshared the screen by accident. There we go. So go to robbiebooker.com/challenge and you can set up a time for us to talk. Okay, I'm not here to do a big sales pitch or anything like that, but I would like to talk to you. Now, that call is a time for us to discuss your goals and the challenges that you're facing and help you overcome those challenges. It's a way for us to get to know each other one-on-one. Okay. I'm going to keep moving on because we got a lot of ground to cover. So let's imagine a typical day of trading for most traders who trade alone. Boo, trading alone. So you walk over to your, not you, okay. I'm going to say they walk over to their computers. They walk over to the computer in the morning. They find some stocks. They watch some videos, get some alerts. They get confused, maybe miss a trade, take exactly the wrong stock and miss the right one. They get frustrated. They get out too early or too late. They stay up late that night searching for more stocks. Totally unnecessary to do it that way. Now let's imagine a typical day of trading together with me and Tim Sykes. You walk over to your computer in the morning. I will send you the daily watch list. You'll set some levels up on your charts in a way that I showed you. Or if you'd like to, we can just set those levels up together. Sometimes, you just want to be told exactly what to do, right? I'm going to help you do that. And then we trade together and we talk about our open trades. And every 60 days or less, I invite you to my office. And we trade live together, 30 students there at a time. You get in-person help. We get you back on track if you're struggling. We eat together. We plan together. We set goals together. And all of that is free. It's wild, I know. People go, what? Yeah, that's the point. I mean, the point is I've been able to trade kind of successfully and consistently, and I would like the chance to work with you. And I will at my own expense. You can come to my office, set up, we eat together, plan together, we meet together, we trade live together on Friday, and then we do training on Saturday. You can come to my office if you want. 2 weeks ago, we just had a group of traders at the office, made enormous strides, and we talk every single day. That's why these groups are small. So that's me. That's what I do. I know it sounds weird because you're like, okay, what's the catch? No, there really isn't a catch. If you want to be a lifetime member of the Tim Sykes Challenge, which requires a commitment on your part, you don't have to do it, of course. But if you want to become a member, I want to work together with you for as long as it takes. And you can set up a time for us to talk to see if any of that is right for you. Because Tim Sykes and I want you to become the next Millionaire Trader student. And we've opened up the challenge to 2 to 3 of you. So every week, 2 to 3 people join my team in the Tim Sykes Challenge. It is a very, very limited spot kind of thing. And the reason is I can't work together personally with more than that number of people. So if you want to, you're invited to trade with me if you want to take one of those spots. And I'm going to post a link right now inside the chat, which is there, robbiebooker.com/challenge. You can schedule a time to talk to me or a member of the team if you want to finally get it right. And if you set up a time to talk to us and we're a good fit for working together, you're going to be invited to join our team. And if you are, you're going to have some work to do. Is that okay? And if you do that work, you're going to have the chance to make more money than you've ever made before, and you're going to get into the driver's seat. I can help you get started today. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to just leave this up here for a second. And here, I'm going to put that link back on the screen for those of you watching on YouTube or somewhere else. Go there to robbiebooker.com/challenge. I'm going to get a drink of water. I'll be right back, and we're going to look at the charts for tomorrow. Okay, I'm back. We're going to look at the charts. So let me know if you set up a time. Okay. Debbie says, I can hardly wait for 5 a.m. tomorrow. I've been attending the webinars for a couple of months. I'm on the inside. Debbie, it's so great. I'm so excited that you're in. Debbie, that's fantastic. Debbie, have you been a lifetime challenge member for a long time? Or is that something super recent that you did? Gosh, I'm so excited. So set up a call. The link is in the chat right now. And I am going to switch over the screen, and we're going to look at a few stocks for tomorrow while I give you a chance to set up a call. All right, so here are the charts for tomorrow. Apple's a big, interesting chart here. Apple dropped badly on the news of the virtual reality headset. And that's interesting. I think Apple might fall all the way down to 173.66. That's the first stock that we're going to look at. I would not buy Apple tomorrow. I would look to wait on buying Apple. Mary says, Rich is supposed to take your call. Oh my gosh, Mary, Rich is so awesome. Here's what I love about, everybody's awesome. Here's what I love about Rich, Mary. He's going to listen. He's not going to be like he's not going to just like talk the whole time. Yeah, I'm getting all of your messages, Mary. Yeah, he's going to listen to you. That's perfect. He's such a great person to talk to. Okay, Sonia has an appointment at 3 on Wednesday. That's perfect. Excellent. Nope, just brand new. Debbie, that's so fantastic. Welcome to the family. When did you come on board, Debbie? Oh, I'm so excited for you. That's just marvelous. I'm so excited that you came on board. That's just fantastic. When did you come on board? I'm asking 1,000 questions just to one person here on the webinar. So that's great. That's just that's just great. Okay. Last week to lifetime. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, make sure you're in the group. Okay, I'm just making sure. There we go. All right. Perfect. Okay. I love working with all of you. The team is so great. You just saw me chatting with the team. Everything that I do here is just like super open and transparent. Everybody, I really love working together with you, and I'm so excited to work with Debbie. And I just wanted to make sure, Debbie, that I reached out to the team, and there you are. Okay, here we go. Let's get another stock going here. So U is Unity Software, my friends. Unity Software, it's up here. There we go. And Unity Software is a major partner with Apple in the development of that headset that they announced today. And there is a price target now on Unity at $45 or so. I don't know if it's going to get there. I don't know if it will get there. I'm not entirely certain that it will get there. However, that's a price target. If Unity really starts to take off on this news of the headset, that's where it could be going to. VEDU, big mover today also. VEDU has a price target at $1.41. If it jumps above $1.21 tomorrow morning when the market opens back up, 141 is the target. Make sure you look at the pre-market session. AI. So as you know, artificial intelligence is super hot right now. And just the other day, I was just talking about this. I said this is probably going to get to $60. So I think AI, I'm going to give it a price target of $60, but I may adjust that right now. $65, oh no, $82. I have an $82 price target on AI. And I think $132 is not out of the question. Not out of the question at all. Please remember that I said that, because when this stock finally has its really, really, really big day, it will jump above $47 and it will just go screaming. And I don't know when that's going to happen, but I do predict that that's going to happen. AI is just too hot right now. It's such a big thing. Okay, CXAI is another AI stock that already one day ran from $1 to $69 a share, and that did that on the 13th of April. Look, this can do this again, and it can go to $100 a share. It's a low float, high volume stock that could really move. So there you go. Oh, what more can I say? Everything we could possibly say has been said. You've booked your calls, which I'm so excited about. You've told me that you're ready to get started. It's time now to, if you haven't already, click that link in the chat and book a time to talk. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to the family, my friends. I hope that you are excited about trading tomorrow. God bless you. I hope you and your family are safe and happy. I'll be here for another moment or two to answer questions. I'm so glad that you were here. Thanks for being here, everybody. So I'm just going to look up a couple of things here and some people that scheduled calls. Might give out some prizes. All right, talk to you on Friday, Raymond, and have a great evening, Debbie and Tyler. Enjoy the woodlands. I used to live in Hughes Landing, Tyler, at Two Lakes Edge. It's just weird to see people, from your area or whatever when you do that. What about a trading strategy? Yeah, I mean, we talked about the breakout strategy, highs of the day. We talked about that earlier on. Wow, that's awesome. Bob Caffrey signed up for what, Bob? Thank you for letting me know. It's awesome. And I'm just waiting. I'm just going to make sure I got Bob's info. So, Bob, it's awesome to see you. We just signed up today. That's great. Lifetime. And wow, that's fantastic. Bob, that's great. And Bob, were you on whose webinar were you on when you scheduled your appointment? And Amin says, what's the fees for lifetime membership? It's on a sliding scale, Amin, and it just depends on what other programs you have and your trading experience and a bunch of other stuff. So, Amin, the thing is you gotta talk to somebody. I'm not in charge of that process. Mike, I already suggested 4 stocks. You want another one? That's it, Mike. Mike. Okay, that's great. So yeah, Bob, definitely looking forward to working with you. That's absolutely fantastic. Very excited about that. Yeah, Bob, Caffrey, lifetime membership, that's absolutely spectacular. And that's great. But let me know, were you on, which webinar were you on when you got your appointment set for lifetime membership and whatnot? I'm going to look you up in the system here and see if I can find you and make sure you're good to go. I just want to make sure we get you all set up. All right, I'll be here for another minute or two, and then I'll be signing off. Okay, Ree Anderson's going to stay in touch, took some notes. That's great. Debbie, this webinar is not recorded, and you don't need this webinar, Debbie. You're going to be in the trading group tomorrow, which is absolutely fantastic. Oh, that's cool, Bob. Okay, I'm so glad you were here, Bob. That's awesome. All right, everybody, time to go. Have a wonderful evening. All the best. And for those of you that are Lifetime Challenge members, I will see you in the group tomorrow.